It's if it's a pool with nothing but styrofoam walls around you.
Cold styrofoam walls.
Yeah, and it was on my flight home that I became incredibly confronted that, okay, I just gone to this beautiful place, but our boat burned 40 tons of diesel, and now I'm on an airplane in business class, and they're handing me this fresh fruit, and I can't even imagine where the fruit came from, the journey it took, and what chemicals might have been used for it, and everything just kind of flooded on me. It was enlightenment, but of the dark kind.
It felt bad.
It felt pretty bad. So I came home and I worked with my team to start a tree planting project. So in an effort to raise awareness about our impact on the planet and do my best to sequester and offset our carbon. Well, if a friend of mine will give each other high fives when your beautiful mind is to your own devices. You do what you like and you always like what you try. You touch me like an iPhone application, move me like a smooth jam music station. Do what you do in the way that you choose to do them. Oh my God! Freedom, freedom, oh. You deserve your freedom, freedom, freedom. Kids out of danger and out of labor, they come here. This is a shelter. This is like a rehabilitation center where you know they're cared for. They're given proper nutrition. Freedom, freedom. Got to give you some of that freedom. Freedom, it's freedom. Freedom, freedom. You deserve your freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. I don't think I ever met a real hero until I came here. And I got to work alongside real heroes, real modern day abolitionists, real activists doing the work for anti-slavery.
Child slavery, particularly in Africa. Is that a sort of a shocking thing to you that in 2012 that this still goes on, slavery still exists?
Yeah. Incredibly shocking, which is why I make it one of the beneficiaries of my foundation, that issue, to raise awareness and to help provide resources for those who are actually working on the ground. When I went to Africa and I worked alongside a gentleman named James Kofi Annan, who was once a child slave, and when he was a kid, he just wanted a rescue boat to come and take him off the boat and of these harsh conditions that he was forced to fish in for about 8 years of his childhood. And I'd been helping the organization, but I was able to go firsthand to see how my money was actually putting gas in that boat that he now operates. So he now is a rescue worker. A real-life Indiana Jones, in my opinion. And after seeing that and learning about this issue, I felt that we can make a huge difference using the powerful tools that we have through internet and television today.
I'm gonna have to ask you about surfing. If you had the choice, sort of in your dream of dreams, would you choose to, do you get a bigger rush out of surfing a huge wave off the California coast, or playing for an audience in, say, Shanghai?
I'm gonna go with playing for an audience in Shanghai, because I'm probably not gonna die on stage in front of an audience. Sometimes when I'm surfing, all I'm thinking about is survival, and I think that's the rush. I prefer to surf waves that are just more fun and you can have conversation with your friends, but occasionally there's that big wave that just scares the pants off of you. So I do prefer being on stage, but I gotta surf. There's something that just, I guess because they're almost so opposite. My job, my hands remain so soft, my job is so non-laborious that when I'm off the road, I like to do things that really push me a little bit harder than I would typically do on tour.
When you think about sort of other people kind of coming up in the business, is there anything that you would say to an aspiring singer, songwriter, as a bit of advice or a bit of experience from someone who's done it and been there? I
always tell people to sing their own story, sing their own truth, because each of us are born unique and are going to have our own experiences. And when we speak our truth and reveal our vulnerability and we allow ourselves to be transparent in front of an audience, that audience gets to see themselves in the work. And then if you're really beginning a journey through the business, don't wait for the business to find you, I would say. Create it yourself, even if it's your own backyard. And obviously we have the internet these days where you can film yourself and create your own channel, and that's great. When I started, that channel was putting up posters and saying, meet me at this coffee shop on Thursday night. And
it's changed, hasn't it? The world has really, really changed.
Yeah, the world has really changed, yeah, but for the good.
I've got to ask you about India, because I noticed a certain someone on your cup and the beads around your
right.
India. Tell me about going there and experiencing that, and how much it's obviously had some effect on you.
It did. Many, many years ago, I had lost the plot, let's call it. I just finished touring my second album, and I wasn't sure where I was going in my life or my career. And someone left for me anonymously at a hotel, Autobiography of a Yogi, brilliant book written by Paramahansa Yogananda, which is hard to believe it's someone's actual life when you read it. It reads more like a Harry Potter. There's crazy characters with superpowers. And I read it and I just felt really drawn to it and felt a deep connection with it. And it turns out it was written in San Diego, where I too had made a pilgrimage in my life, and decided I would pursue more, I guess, yogic philosophy and the practice of yoga. And shortly after reading the book, I got invited to visit India. I thought, oh, that never happens. And I just continued to have profound experiences on this journey, and I just felt, okay, the universe is trying to tell me something, to put me on this path for a reason. And turned me on to new ways of being and new attitude about life. And obviously then, after that, my music went global, and I just felt there was a certain peace and understanding that I'd found. I would say thanks to India and what India produces for the world.
Do you hum your own songs? Because we all hum them. Do they get in your head as well?
I do, but I'm always humming for new ones. So while you're still humming the old ones, I'm trying to think of some new ones for you.
Okay. If you were not doing music, if you did not find what you were looking for, success in music, what do you think that you would be doing?
I think I'd at least be trying. I think I'd still be trying. I might be doing other things to pay the bills. The last job I had before this was, I was an assistant manager at a tobacco shop. I just worked behind the counter and sold cigars. And before that, I worked as a janitor at an elementary school, and I was a mailman for the United States Postal Service. But all of those jobs, I would just rush home and play my guitar. And even though I was doing those jobs, I always felt like a musician. So I think even if this gift hadn't given me what it has, I would still be trying.
I bet there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't know that the person who was cleaning the elementary school is now sitting on stage with thousands of people.
Yeah. You know, most musicians are usually one song away from being a janitor. So I've always admired musicians for that. You look at them on stage, and that's a talented janitor up there.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much.